Hi there. My name is Paul Archer. I'm going to tell you about Duel. So, Duel is a tool which effectively allows brands and retailers to turn their customers into advocates, content creators, and effectively a brand new channel. It is a marketing automation suite which gets real testimonials from your customers once they've purchased something, and this puts that to work automatically across almost every single stage of your marketing stack, everywhere from CRM right the way into advertising, right the way onto your product pages, and actually in store where you have to show real people at point of sale, always increasing those sales and increasing conversion rates. So the whole idea behind this is that, at the moment, everyone is trying to create a much richer purchasing experience online, because you're probably not going to win on price because of the big A that is threatening most people's businesses right now. So how do you get that amazing, rich experience? So what we are able to do is we take hints from companies such as Airbnb, who use their own customers to provide a one-to-one amazing personalized experience to actually increase that conversion rates for you. So we take that inspiration there, and we get those guys to get your own customers to promote to their friends and to people like you. The whole purpose of this is by getting actually customers at point of sale, you increase your conversion rates, you sell more, and by adding that social proof that is the psychologists, I'm sure you'll agree, will help with that one. So a little bit how it works. So this, for example, is a testimony. You've just bought a product, get them post-purchase, trying to drive your customers to take a photo, a video, or something like that that says how they love it. And it doesn't matter how it ends up. Because the next channel what you're able to do is actually incentivize them and reward them for promoting that. So they become a channel themselves, of channels such as WhatsApp, for example. It's like, hey, check out my new shoes. If you click on that URL, you're seeing your best friend there wearing their new shoes. If you click on it, you can then go and buy the actual shoes themselves from there. But this is just the beginning point from it, because actually this content is then scanned using machine learning. It's moderated. It's then curated to identify the very best of that, so you can automatically put that to work everywhere. For example, on a product page like this, you can turn this into that and increase your conversion rates. And some tests up to 37%. On average, we're seeing 10–15% increase in conversion rates and sales. Other tools and usages, such as using in-your advertising, such as this, social or anywhere you would add it, you get half your click-through rates when you use real, authentic content and testimonials from your customers. And actually, in your CRM, hey, do you want some help buying this? No one wants any help. They want inspiration. They want to see what other people look like, people like them, people they relate to. And that's what we're able to do at massive scale across thousands of different product lines, all automatically. So this is how it starts. We start at the end. So once one of your customers has made a purchase, doesn't matter whether that's online, whether that's in store with, for example, a digital receipt, anywhere where you can engage them digitally, you can then put that point on, and you can actually reward them for creating these testimonials, all automatically, all done using mobile web, straight out of your emails or straight out of messaging. Super, super easy for the consumer, and they're always going to get rewarded. Doesn't matter whether it's loyalty points, discounts, actually cash incentives, whatever works for you. Sometimes competitions work too. And the results are really, really quite staggering with it. So we're working with some of the major brands in there. We're very, very close partnerships with Oracle, as well with major other e-commerce platforms. We're backed by venture capital and Publicis Group. Basically, at the moment, we're scaling very fast, but we're looking to work with some really exciting retailers who are keen to see what the next kind of level is for marketing. The idea, what we're trying to do, is we're trying to take a big chunk out of that horrible advertising budget and actually give some of that cash back to your customers, rewarding them for telling their friends, like they do in the pubs, about how much they love your products, how much they love the service they're getting from you. Why aren't they getting rewarded? And that's what we're trying to do. So we want to partner with some people to try and improve all those conversion rates, and ultimately hope you sell some more. So thank you very much. My name is Paul Archer. That was Duel. I'll be over the side if you want to have a chat.
Hey guys, I'm Tim, CEO of Fanbytes. We help brands engage with audiences on Snapchat. Now, before I start, quick question. I'm going to ask three people. What animal do you think this is? Or that is? Cat. No, wrong. Wrong. No, you guys are all horrible. It's an otter. It's an otter, guys. Come on, this is obvious. Anywho, listen. So, Just to set the context here, right? If you are a brand trying to engage with a younger audience, the way to do that right now is Snapchat. These are some of the stats here, but for us, the most engaging is the third stat here. Users 25 and younger use Snapchat 20 times per day for over 30 minutes. Now, if you consider that Snapchat is 100% opt-in, so there's no feed, it's not like I can just get sucked into a feed. I actually choose to engage with the content, and it's in 10-second increments. You get a real sense of the immersiveness and the engagement here, right? But for all its brilliance, there is a problem. And the problem here is this idea of ad skippability on Snapchat. Now, how many of you guys actually here do have Snapchat? Okay, a fair few people, great. Now, everyone can empathize with this idea of me going into my friend's story, then about to watch my other friend's story, and then randomly an ad just comes in, and it completely disrupts the consumption experience, and it completely destroys the relationship between the consumer and the brand, right? So at Fanbytes, we were thinking, what can we actually do here to actually completely change that? How can we turn something which is a disruptive, intrusive thing and actually make it an engaging thing? And that led us to this idea of our sandwich ad format, which is the key ad format that we use for all our brands. So it's in 2 steps. We have this creative design network, who what they do is they create 10-second Snapchat optimized video ads. And then we've built an ad network, which then programmatically inserts this into the Snapchat stories of the most engaged influencers on the planet. And this is the format. You have the influencer talking about the ad then being played, and then the influencer reinforcing. And then this idea of a snap code where people can then go directly to purchase the product. Now, due to time, I can't actually kind of show you the video, but I can show you a case study. Does this actually work? Well, it does. So, given that this is a retail event, I thought I'll talk about our case study with Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury came to us and said, we like to drive 16 to 24-year-old girls to sign up for our Glow More competition, where we're giving away a bunch of makeup. And so what we did, we had our design network create these 10-second Snapchat optimized video ads, and then we distributed it through our audience. Again, due to time, I can't actually show you the video, but I'm more than happy to show you afterwards. And in 3 days, we sent 50,000 girls to sign up for the competition. And 2 things happened. Number 1, the actual ad format, because again, it wasn't this disruptive ad format, but actually something which was engaging and immersive, led to the audience absolutely loving it. So you can see some of the comments here. My favorite comment is up there. It says, yes, I am blinded by the highlight queen. I love it, I'm entering now. So you have this idea of something that was typically an ad being sent into this really engaging, immersive format. And so that was the first thing that happened. But the really cool thing that happened was this. During the campaign, we got an email from Charlotte Tilbury saying, amazing, I've just checked and we are now on 40,000 signups to the site. This smashes all our marketing activity. Great job, guys. I love getting these type of emails. They make me know that I'm actually doing something right? So how else can it work for retail brands? So again, due to time, I can't kind of go through this, but I'm happy to show you guys afterwards. But we, as well as integrating with some partners, have done some really cool stuff. The first one is the idea of personalized e-commerce. So we can drive people through our ad format to a place where they can enter in their details into some kind of a quiz and find products specifically tailored for them. We also have this idea of online to offline commerce. We're actually working with Unilever and Superdrug on this actually, where we are sending people from this ad format we've built and sending them to actually buy discounted products in Superdrug. Again, I can show you this afterwards. But also this idea of, rather than screenshots, and can we just send people directly to just swipe up and buy the products? The last thing is something which is interesting. Now, bear in mind, there are 76 spelling mistakes in that. It's our e-mirror received 115 degrees, right? Bear in mind, that's just because I finished this deck last night. Anyway, so, and it's this idea of taking advantage of this idea of this 115-degree ad format, which has been aided by the advent of this new thing, Snapchat Spectacles, where we are really able to create this completely new ad format for people to engage with. So the possibilities here are endless. We've created something which takes away something from being an ad and actually being something that people choose to engage with and people actually care about. And if you have that level of engagement and immersiveness, that's something that you as a brand can tap into. So let's help you reach the next generation in the most engaging ways possible. Cool.
So, I'm from Sweatcoin, VP of Marketplace at Sweatcoin, and I'm going to talk to you again about influencers, and we're probably a really cool case study for using influencer and influencer marketing. So, first of all, what is Sweatcoin? Sweatcoin is an app that tracks your steps. Every 1,000 steps you take gets converted into one of our cryptocurrency called Sweatcoins, which can then be spent with our partners in our marketplace on cheap products that you can buy with 1 week's worth of walking, all the way through to expensive products like Polar watches or holidays that you can buy with 1 year's worth of walking. We are growing really, really quickly, 2 million installs already. We are currently #1 health and fitness app in both the UK and US at the same time. And this has all been achieved, before we get to that, so 70% of our users are on iPhones and 75% are between ages of 18 and 35, so a really valuable audience. And all of this has been achieved through influencers. So we have guys approaching us every day with audiences of 100,000, 400,000, 150,000 on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, etc., etc. These guys are approaching us. We're not going after them. They're coming to us. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about how we created that. Now, the first step was building in virality into the app. What we didn't want to do when we were creating it was build any process where we have to go ourselves and go and market anywhere. The best form is when people come to us. And therefore, the first thing we did was in the app, when a user joins, they see a big, shiny button saying, get 5 Sweatcoins now. Now, when you join and you have 0, 5 seems like a lot. So when you click on that button, you get taken through to the sharing page. You have your own sharing link. If you share that on Facebook, on Instagram, or on Snapchat, you earn 5 Sweatcoins for every friend you invite. Now, that started working really, really well. What we started seeing was lots and lots of people were sharing via SMS on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, etc., etc. We were getting around 5,000 downloads a day. But when you compare where people were sharing, comparing to where the leads were coming in from, it was overwhelmingly from influencers and on places like Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Snapchat and Instagram being the key perpetrators of that. So we decided, let's just focus our efforts on bringing in more influencers and cultivating their experience on the app. So what we did was, that just displays that again. The shares, although very low on social media, less people do it. The people that actually do it bring in much, much more people than people sharing via SMS or anywhere else. So what we started to do was creating a custom experience for influencers when they come into the app. Now, for influencers, when they come into the app, they can buy themselves products such as Snapchat spectacles, Xboxes, iPads, etc., etc., just by inviting their friends. So you invite 1,200 people, and you can buy yourself an Xbox. So we are now working with partners like Uber, Simply Cook, Tails, Gusto, yada, 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 all on how do we get our users and our influencers to connect with their brands and to leverage all this attention we are getting. We are getting 7,000 transactions a day in the app, with users purchasing products from our partners and influencers coming in, interacting with our partners' products like Snap Specs, like Xboxes, like iPads, all promoting their products on social media. So how it would work is guys like Polar approach us, say, instead of influencers trying to earn Snapchat specs and trying to earn Xboxes, we want them to start sharing Polar on social media. So that's me in a nutshell. Please take a photo of that in case you want to chat. Happy to help with however we did that, information you guys want around it, if you guys want to create funnels yourself of how to optimize it, and how can we potentially use our audience of 2 million users now growing very quickly to help you guys out. Thank you.